If you said that one more time, I'm going to poke the shit out of you when I see you.
Y'all, listen up. We're about to get into some career-ending, legacy-burning drama that's so hot it could melt your phone screen. Shannon Sharpe, yeah, that Shannon Sharpe, Hall of Fame, legend turned media mogul, is allegedly losing his mind after Disney and ESPN just kicked him to the curb like yesterday's trash. And baby, when I tell you this man is threatening to burn the whole house down, I ain't lying.
To no one's surprise, reports are coming out that Shannon Sharpe's career with Disney is over. For those who aren't aware, Disney owns pretty much everything.
This isn't just another celebrity meltdown. This is rage, revenge plots, and millions of dollars going up in smoke. Y'all remember when Shannon Sharpe had it all? The man was on top of the world. PN money flowing in. First take ratings through the roof. Club Shay breaking the internet with every episode. I mean, that Cat Williams interview alone had 40 million views. The brother was literally signing papers for a rumored $100 million deal. But hold up. Let me paint you the full picture here. One morning, Shannon's probably waking up in his mansion, looking at his Hall of Fame trophies, planning which luxury car to drive to work.
I can tell you, I also spoke to co-chairman of Disney, the boss, Jimmy Pitaro, who made it very, very clear we are taking this matter very seriously.
Next thing you know, bam! Disney hits him with the "we need to talk" text. And baby, that's never good news. Sources are saying Disney didn't just put him on pause, they dropped him. Like security escort you out the building type of dropped. No goodbye party, no thank you for your service. Just done. The kind of corporate breakup that makes you change your LinkedIn status to, it's complicated. And here's where it gets juicy. This wasn't about ratings. This wasn't about contract negotiations. This was about a $50 million lawsuit that had Disney executives sweating through their Armani suits. You hearing me right? $50 million. A 21-year-old woman named Gabriella Zuniga stepped forward with allegations that'll make your jaw drop. We're talking assault claims, emotional abuse allegations, and some behavior that's got everybody asking,
there are reports circulating that Shannon Sharpe's career at ESPN is over. I reached out to a source familiar with production at ESPN on this, who tells me he is still on First Take Mondays and Tuesdays. So any other day of the week Shannon is not on is just a scheduled day off.
Shannon, what were you thinking? But wait, it gets messier. There's allegedly audio recordings floating around, text messages that'll make you clutch your pearls. And get this, Shannon apparently didn't even have NDAs in place. Sir, at your big age, with that bank account, you're moving like a rookie who just got his first check. One alleged audio clip has Shannon saying, and I quote, "If you say that one more time, I'm gonna poke the blank out of you when I see you." Baby, this is not the energy we need from our legends. And then there's another clip where he's allegedly joking about the optics of being a big black man with a small white woman in public. Like, read the room, Shannon. This ain't funny. This is foolish. Disney saw those red flags and said, nope. You know they don't play when it comes to their squeaky clean image. They're about Mickey Mouse and merchandise sales, not messy lawsuits and PR nightmares.
Folks, Stephen A. Smith finally spoke about the Shannon Sharpe lawsuit. ESPN gave him permission to do so on the show.
But hold up, we're just getting started. Because when one skeleton falls out the closet, the whole graveyard follows. Old allegations started resurfacing faster than you can say cancel culture. Remember that female production assistant from his Undisputed days? Yeah, that quiet settlement nobody talked about. It's loud now. Then there's his ex, Michelle Evans, who filed a restraining order back in 2010. She claims Shannon assaulted her during their breakup. And get this, she did a whole sit down with Tasha K, spilling y'all the tea about his, let's call them interesting preferences and alleged control issues. CBS Sports, they saw this mess coming and said, "We out." History really does repeat itself, doesn't it? But here's what's got the internet really talking. It's not just about the allegations. It's about the pattern, the preference for super young, racially ambiguous women, the public rejection of strong black women like Yvonne Orji on camera. Y'all remember that moment?
NFL Hall of Famer Shannon Sharpe is facing a $50 million lawsuit in Clark County from a woman who claims he raped her.
Shannon had the audacity to laugh and say he'd rather be with a woman from OnlyFans than date Yvonne, a successful, spiritual, accomplished black woman, the same woman y'all claim to pray for. He played her like a joke on national television, and black women, we didn't forget. We never forget. When Gabriella went public, Shannon's team screamed, "Shakedown!" They claimed she asked for rough role play and was just trying to get some money. But let me school y'all real quick. Consent is not a lifetime membership card. The second someone says no, game over. Period. Point blank. Now here's where it gets scary. Insiders are whispering that Shannon is fuming behind closed doors. We're not talking regular mad. We're talking scorched earth, burn it all down, take no prisoners mad. He's allegedly threatening to expose everybody if he's going down.
In the 13-page complaint, the woman, identified only as Jane Doe, says Sharpe raped her multiple times during their 2-year so-called rocky consensual relationship. She also claims he recorded the encounters without her consent.
Lawsuits, tell-all interviews, leaked documents, the works. And Stephen A. Smith, baby, that man is sweating. He's looking real nervous, real, I need to distance myself energy. He's the one who vouched for Shannon, brought him to First Take, called it ratings gold. Now, he's backpedaling on his podcast like he's training for the Moonwalk Championships. Stephen A. even name-dropped Disney's co-chairman Jimmy Pitaro, saying the bosses are taking it seriously. That's corporate speak for, yeah, we're cleaning house, checking everybody's closets. Let's be real for a second. Shannon could have had it all. Club Shay Shay was the podcast in the game. That Cat Williams interview? Legendary. He was this close to signing a deal worth $100 million. But instead of sealing the bag, he's making headlines for all the wrong reasons. Think about it. Shannon went from being untouchable to unemployable in, what, a matter of days?
The woman says she met Sharpe at a gym in Los Angeles, and that's when he made multiple advances toward her. She claims he asked her to sign a non-disclosure agreement, but later dropped it when she refused.
That's how fast your whole world can crumble when the skeletons start dancing. And let me tell you something about Disney. They don't play no games when it comes to their reputation. Remember, this is the same company that dropped Johnny Depp faster than a hot potato. They've axed executives, actors, and entire projects over way less drama than this. The timing couldn't be worse for Shannon. We're in an era where accountability is everything. The days of sweeping things under the rug, gone. Social media is judge, jury, and executioner. And baby, they've already started deliberating. What's really got people talking is the hypocrisy. Shannon built his whole brand on keeping it real, calling out other people's mess, and acting like the voice of reason. He'd sit there on Club Shay Shay, sipping his cognac, give relationship advice like he was Dr. Phil. Meanwhile, this is what was happening behind the scenes. The streets are saying Shannon's legal team is working overtime. They're trying to spin this narrative, but the evidence is allegedly stacked. We're talking about audio recordings that sound bad, real bad, the kind of bad that makes PR teams update their resumes.
Shannon Sharpe is breaking his silence on the $50 million lawsuit from an ex-girlfriend accusing him of SA. According to US Today, Pro Football Hall of Famer and media personality Shannon Sharpe is facing a lawsuit accusing him.
And y'all know what's wild? Shannon was literally in the middle of negotiating what could have been the biggest deal in sports media history. Sources say he was about to eclipse Joe Rogan money. We're talking generational wealth. But now, that deal is dead. Deader than dead. It's a morgue with a toe tag. Disney executives are reportedly in panic mode. They're reviewing every contract, checking every morality clause, and looking at every personality under their umbrella. The message is clear. If you got skeletons, we're finding them before they find us. But here's the tea that's got everybody shook. Shannon's not going down quietly. Word is he's got a list, a hit list he's ready to expose. We're talking about other ESPN personalities, executives, behind the scenes drama that could rock the entire network. Think about it. Shannon's been in those rooms. He knows who's cheating on their spouse, who's got substance issues, who's been covering up what. And if he's really as angry as sources say, baby, we might be looking at the biggest media scandal since Me Too. The ripple effects are already starting. Other networks are reportedly putting their talent through additional training. HR departments are working overtime. Legal teams are reviewing old complaints. It's like Shannon's situation opened Pandora's box. And now everybody's nervous. And let's talk about the money for a second. Shannon was making bank at ESPN. We're talking 7 figures easy.
Shannon Sharpe firing back at an ex who says she was raped by the Hall of Fame tight end several times at the end of last year and the beginning of 2025. In the 13-page complaint obtained by ET,
Club Shay Shay was printing money with sponsorships. The man had endorsement deals, speaking engagements, the whole 9 yards. All of that, poof, gone like it never existed. His is allegedly trying to salvage what they can, but brands are running fast. Nobody wants to be associated with this kind of controversy. It's toxic. It's radioactive. It's the kind of mess that makes marketing departments break out in hives. The timing is particularly brutal because Shannon was just hitting his stride as a media personality. He'd successfully transitioned from athlete to analyst to content creator. He was the blueprint. Now, he might become the cautionary tale. What's really got people in their feelings is how this affects his legacy. 3 Super Bowl rings, Hall of Fame career, one of the greatest tight ends to ever play the game. All of that could be overshadowed by this. That's the part that's got old school fans hurt. But let's keep it a buck. The warning signs were there. People close to Shannon say his ego was getting out of control. The success went to his head. He started believing his own hype, started thinking he was untouchable. And we all know what happens when you fly too close to the sun.
she also claims he threatened to kill her, beat her up, and recorded their sexual encounters without her consent. The alleged victim admits to being more than 30 years younger than the 56-year-old star and says she met him at an LA gym in 2023.
The fallout is extending beyond just Shannon. His production team, unemployed. His podcast guests, scrambling to distance themselves. Even his family members are reportedly telling him to chill with the revenge talk. What's particularly damaging is how this plays into larger conversations about power dynamics in the workplace. Shannon was a boss. He had influence. He had authority. And allegedly, he misused it. That's the kind of story that writes itself. The sports media landscape is already shifting. Other networks are circling like vultures, trying to poach ESPN talent who might be nervous about their own job security. It's a whole domino effect that Shannon inadvertently triggered. And let's not forget the personal costs. Shannon's got kids. He's got a family name to protect. This isn't just about money and fame. It's about legacy. What do you tell your grandkids when they Google your name? The streets are saying Shannon's already lost millions in potential earnings. Not just the ESPN money, but future opportunities. Who's going to hire him now? What brand wants to be associated with this mess? The bag is looking real light right now. But here's the wildest part. If Shannon really does have dirt on other ESPN personalities, we might be looking at a complete restructuring of sports media. Imagine if multiple big names get caught up in this web. It could change everything. For now, all eyes are on Shannon's next move. Will he go quietly into the night? Will he unleash the Kraken and expose everybody? Or will he try to negotiate some kind of settlement and salvage what's left of his reputation? One thing's for sure, this story is far from over. Every day brings new revelations, new allegations, new drama. It's the gift that keeps on giving. If you're into watching train wrecks. So tell me, do y'all think Shannon can survive this? Is his career officially over? Or is there a comeback story somewhere in this mess? Drop your thoughts in the comments because this conversation is just getting started. And remember, when you're at the top, the fall is long and hard. Shannon Sharpe is learning that lesson in real time, and we're all watching it unfold. Stay tuned, hit that subscribe button, and keep those notifications on. Because when Shannon starts naming names and sources say he will, you're gonna want to be here for the explosion. This is what happens when keeping it real goes wrong. And baby, it went all the way wrong.